There we go. That's a little better. Hey guys, it's Avery, and this is just a little update. So, I was gonna start a new job, and kind of fell through. They didn't really treat me that well, which really sucked because I really needed it. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of in my own isolation and trying to make sure I stay focused, because as of Tuesday, 5 months on T, and the day before that, Monday, Monday, I am 2 months sober. It's really hard going through the things that I'm going through to be my most authentic self, but I wouldn't change any of it, not for the world. A lot of people don't understand that taking care of yourself mentally is just as important as taking care of yourself physically. And unfortunately, we are in a society today where it's one or the other. It's really, really difficult to do both, and I've experienced it firsthand. I know that with going through the changes that I'm going through, as far as my transition, everything has been pretty smooth, aside from the inflammation after my injections recently, since I had the dosage upped. But aside from that, transitioning and staying sober are two separate things, and it's hard to keep them separate. I moved, like I said in my last video, and since then I've been kind of doing my own thing as far as how to stay sober. I don't really have a sponsor anymore. I read my literature and keep pushing along. I can't stress enough how important it is for people to be able to have their own outlet and do their own thing. Whatever it is, sports, drawing, hanging out with people, shopping. You have to have something healthy, and you have to be able to express who you are. For me, I moved from a really, really tiny town to a bigger city, so I'm making more friends within the trans community. I'm trying to hang out with more people, and also take care of myself at the same time, and be able to continue doing the things that I need to do for me. The hardest part about this entire transition is finding balance for myself, because I feel like I'm doing really good in one area, and then in other areas I feel like I struggle a little bit. But I've got a really good group of people that I live with that support me. They supported me when I quit my job after having it for like a week, because it was just toxic for me. And I firmly believe that People don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. And for me personally, it's really, really hard this day and age to find a place that can understand what it is I'm trying to do for myself and be respectful of it, unfortunately. In Ohio, there was just a recent law that they're trying to pass where teachers have to out trans youth, not just youth, kids in general. If a kid comes to someone and says, "Hey, I'm trans," they basically put them on blast, and I don't think it's safe. I just think it'll do way more damage to trans youth to be themselves and be open about it and be openly accepted. Aside from that, the Supreme Court judge that put everything in place for same-sex marriage in all 50 states was relieved of their position. And there is now a conservative judge who supposedly is close with liberals, but when it comes down to it, he's a conservative, which concerns me because not only me, but a lot of people that I love, that I'm close to, are in a same-sex partnership, and I don't think it's fair to reverse something that's already in place. But that's just my own personal opinion. I really want to make a nonprofit, which is basically an in-between for LGBTQ plus community that will allow people to safely bridge the gap between coming out and being able to be successful, because not a lot of people have that, even though it's a reality. We're in the 21st century. You know, whether you're lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, queer, anything else that is included within the LGBTQ community, there's still a lot of battles to be had within it. And I think it's important that we make ourselves known and we make our voices heard. No matter what age you are, no matter what gender you identify as, your sexual orientation, what you were born at birth as, whether you're religious or not, we've got a lot of work to do, and I'm willing to fight, not only for myself, but mainly for the people behind me, so no one has to be alone in the process, like I was for the first 2 or 3 years after I came out. So, fingers crossed, working on some nonprofit ideas, trying to figure out specifics and everything, but hopefully I can post a video and tell you more about it. But until then, it's a great day. Friday the 13th. Ooh. Went to urgent care. Some issues, but I'm okay. So, see you next time.